Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Farlands or Bust. That was an extended period of time that we had to wait for Wolfie to bark. Whoop. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? Nothing? Alright. Just a few chickens hanging out in the water, but here we are. Farlands or Bust, episode 192. Let's grab Wolfie and continue on. Indeed. This is Tuesday, the 20th, I do believe indeed. And this is actually going to be my last Farlands or Bust before heading off to Minecon. Paris! Holy Moses, that just snuck up on us. It just feels like it was only a few months ago where I was doing the flob-athon and saying that if we double the Child's Play charity fundraising amount, that I would promise to go to Minecon. And sure enough, you guys did, and now we are here. It is upon us. So yeah, this is going to be my the last video I record. I was thinking maybe I'd have time to do like a mind crack also or something like that, but I don't think so. So yeah, we're going to talk all things Minecon and plans and things like that in this episode. Not falling into pits of doom and destruction, hopefully. But yeah, here we are, and speaking of Child's Play charity, we are right now at $4,103.46 raised so far. That's over at farlandsorbust.com. You can use the chip-in widget on the homepage, and we got that surge because yesterday, Monday morning, I did a Monday morning live stream, as I mentioned in the last Farlands or Bust. And I said, I put it upon the viewers... what's going on with this boat? Forward! There we go. I put it upon the viewers of the live stream. We were at like 3,500 when we started. I put it upon the viewers that we should get to $4,000, and when we do, I would enable a first ever KurtJMac face cam during the live stream. And that we did in short time. We reached $4,000, so I turn on the old face cam, hopefully providing some assistance to those who were heading to Minecon, who can hopefully then recognize me. But yeah, then, unfortunately though, pretty soon after that, the chip-in website went down. Not sure why. Oh, I need wooden planks. That just reminded me. Well done. Not sure why it went down. Like I've said before, the chip-in website, I don't think really anybody maintains it that much anymore. It's kind of just running on autopilot, but it's a good system, which is why I keep using it for Farlands or Bust. It saves me from having to write or have written my own API into the donation tracker and things like that. So the chip-in website went down, so that was unfortunate, but it's back up. As far as when I'm recording this, it's back up, so you can keep giving, like I said, at farlandsorbust.com. Using the chip-in widget. And yeah, so we reached $4,000 during the live stream. So I thank everybody who stopped by the live stream and who donated during the live stream. We had a good time. We went on the Mindcrack server, kind of started to build out the... I claimed 2 houses at the BOO's arena. In that little village, the desert village he's building out there. So we claimed 2 houses and started building onto one. I also went into Driver San Francisco for just a little bit to take a break from Minecraft, but moo indeed. So yeah, that happened yesterday. That went well. I was going to, I guess, let us continue speaking of Minecon. I was going to, since we did reach $4,000 like within the first half hour of the live stream, I was going to say, okay, if we reach $5,000, I'll do something else. And that something else was, I said I would, at the Mindcrack panel at Minecon, I said I would wear a bow tie, because bow ties are cool. But actually, I have a kind of a novelty bow tie that is, the fabric is a wood grain print, so kind of, it looks like wood. Like that. So I figured it would be appropriate for Minecraft, but also something a little bit, silly. I know I mentioned I wasn't really planning on, I know how I mentioned I dress a little bit more not conservatively, but little bit more, you know, I wear button-down shirts and ties sometimes and jackets and stuff. But I kind of mentioned I was going to stay away from doing that at Minecon, but some people were like, oh, that would have been neat to if you were like the only guy walking around in a tie and stuff like that. So I said if we were going to reach $5,000, I would wear this bow tie to the Minecraft panel. But chip-in went down, so we didn't get to do that. So I can say that offer is still up. I'll bring the bow tie to Paris, but if we can reach $5,000 before Saturday, before the start of Minecon, $5,000, that would be 5% of this season's goal of $100,000. I'll be checking the chip-in, the website, just to see. But if we can reach $5,000, you've got 3 days to do this. $5,000, I will wear the bow tie to the Minecraft panel, and consequently, whatever day that panel is on, the entire day during Minecon, I'll probably have to be wearing the bow tie. So yeah, there we go. I'll put that out on the platter for you. And then when we return, I'll have to think of something else interesting and different to do to help us reach $10,000. Thanks, Wolfie. Thanks a lot. Right into the freezing water. But yeah, I had a good time during the live stream. That face cam thing was a deal for that live stream only. I'm not going to be doing face cam every single live stream in the future, and certainly not planning on doing it for any YouTube related videos. So little incentives is all that is. Indeed. So yes, like I said, this is the last Farlands or Bust before heading to Minecon. I do still have other videos going up, pre-recorded videos. I have plenty of Dirt 3 videos that are going to be going up every other day. We obviously yesterday just started Herobrine's Mansion with Nia and Misconduct of Two Girls on Minecraft. That will be going up while I'm away. And then yesterday we recorded some Ghostcraft with we're still trying to think of a name for the Borderlands crew, but also we are the flight crew on the way to Paris. We're on the same flight. I was suggested during the live stream that we be called the Mine High Club. Get it? Play on words. Mine High Club. So I don't know. That's still open for discussion. But yeah, we recorded some. So I have scheduled. There will be at least one video a day, sometimes 2 videos a day, that will be published. I'm going to have and enable the auto tweeting. You know, I have uploaded a video. Here's the link. I normally tweet that stuff out manually if I upload a video and provide a link, but I've enabled the auto tweeting because I don't know if and how I'm going to be connected. So make sure, if you don't trust the YouTube subscription boxes, to check out my Twitter feed, twitter.com/KurtJMac, because I will be in Paris. In Paris indeed. And also, as a reminder, still going on right now, we have free shipping on the Farlands or Bust Spreadshirt shop, farlands.spreadshirt.com, using the coupon code MINECON, all uppercase. And that is through Sunday, November 25th. For the European Spreadshirt store, farlands.spreadshirt.net, that code will work only on the 24th and the 25th, Saturday and Sunday. But I wanted to make sure that you guys had free shipping offer. Perhaps if you're not able to go to Minecon, you know, something to make up for that. So check that out. Put links in the video description as usual. And also, another thing you'll be seeing either today or tomorrow. If you remember, I did an interview with Nox HD, who does kind of Minecraft interviews on his channel from Minecraft Let's Players. He's doing a series called Minutes to Minecon, just quick, like 5-minute interviews with people who are going to Minecon. So I quickly recorded one of those this morning with Nox. So make sure you check that out when he releases it. I'm sure I'll try to retweet it and point you guys in that direction. Just a very quick little interview about what to expect and what's going on at Minecon. What little we do know, despite being days away. But we will talk about that on the next day of episode 192 of Farlands or Bust. I need one more darkness level. There we go. And And awakeness. And to Paris or bust. Paris or bust. Whew. But yeah, that's, I keep getting, I know I keep saying I'm nervous. I'm nervous, both socially and travel-wise. I do get little fleeting 5 seconds of panic attacks where I just, like, think of something. I'm like, oh god, what if this goes wrong or that? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. But then I'm over it. I'm currently, today is the big kind of, I need to tie up all my loose ends, make sure all my bills are paid by the end of the month, a little bit ahead of time, just in case. Gotta run out to the store really quick to pick up a few things. And then I'm starting to get my stuff together to get my stuff together to pack. I'm trying. One of my problems is usually when I travel. Well, usually when I travel for a longer period of time. But then again, I also go places where I'm planning on doing many more activities, like hiking and stuff like that. So I have to pack things to accommodate different situations, like, oh, what if I'm hiking and it starts raining? I need to bring some sort of waterproof situation. What if it's really cold? I need to bring thermal layers or something like that. So I need to bring my hiking boots, which are gigantic as hell. So, careful, Wolfie! Oh god, no. Okay, yeah, spawn over here. Very good. Okay, so not quite the same concerns with this trip, but I'm still... I was going to try to see if I could just get away with a carry-on, but I don't believe so because I do have a lot of handouts. That's another thing I wanted to mention. For those of you going to Minecon, I mentioned this during the live stream and showed you guys with the face cam. I have a stack of 3D glasses, little cardboard white 3D glasses. Very similar to the ones my character is wearing, obviously. I have Farlands Robust branded 3D glasses that I can hand out, so if you see me, come say hello, and I'll be sure to, if I have some left, I have 50, I'll say that much, I have 50. I don't know if I'm going to be meeting 50 of you, but hopefully I have enough to give to people to have, kind of wear around. They say Farlands Robust and then Child's Play Charity on the other side. I mentioned this during the live stream also, I couldn't find, I was looking for the past, ever since I knew I was going to Minecon, past 2 months for like a vendor that would print on, do custom printing on the, on 3D glasses, but I couldn't find any. They're all based in overseas in China or something like that, and like the minimum order was like 5,000. I'm like, yeah, I don't need 5,000. Thanks though. So what I did is I just bought a pack of 50 blank white 3D glasses and had stickers printed and applied stickers to the side. So it's a little bit cheesy, not quite as, that looks like lava, not quite as slick as if it was printed directly on the 3D glasses, but 3D glasses all the same. And now, hopefully they are functional as well, so you can use those while playing Minecraft with the 3D mode on, or looking at the Martian rover 3D panoramics that they often release on NASA, because they have 3D cameras on Curiosity and Opportunity and things like that. So many uses for 3D glasses. Careful, Wolfie! Careful, Wolfie! So yeah, we got those. I have a whole stacks and stacks of. We have signature cards with all of the Mindcrack guys on it. So we have those. Those are kind of heavy. So yeah, unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do a carry-on. A little bit concerning because I do have a layover in Montreal with the guys, and then that's where we're kind of by happenstance we're meeting up with Juice and Pause on Pause, and then ending up on the same connecting flight to Paris. So that's a little bit concerning. You never know what happens with your checked baggage, but I think we're good. I think we should be all right. We should be all right indeed. What else? So yeah, today is packing day. Try to pack as light as possible. Just, Good is already there, and he actually said he checked out the Disneyland area, and he said it's It's a small park, I guess. I've never been to any Disneyland in the U.S. or anything like that, so I have nothing to compare it to. But he says it's pretty small, so he doesn't think there's much concern with being like stuck out in the cold. It seems like there's a lot of indoor stuff, even in the park side. So I think we'll be all right with that. I don't have to like I was concerned about before. I'm like, what is the weather going to be like? It's like November. It's going to be like cold. I don't need like a winter coat, do I? So I think just some sweaters and a jacket over it. It should be all right. So that's good. I'm thinking of leaving my laptop simply because the hotel we're staying in doesn't have Wi-Fi, or at least it doesn't according to the website. The only internet in the room is wired internet. And also, I don't know, it doesn't, I don't feel like I'm going to have that much downtime to like sit down and check my messages and things like that. Where are you going, Wolfie? It's not a full-fledged laptop. It's a small Linux netbook. It's a small 8-inch screen or whatever it is. So I'm thinking of just to keep it easy on myself, I'll leave that behind. And if I absolutely do need to get a hold of somebody, I'm sure somebody else will have a laptop that I can bogart for a few minutes, and we'll go from there. I am bringing my phone, and I have tested and enabled the ability to turn off, basically put it on airplane mode where it turns off the network so that I don't get, like, charged ridiculous overseas roaming. Turn off the network, but then turn on Wi-Fi, so it's basically just an iPod Touch. So I'm hoping there's Wi-Fi and internet connectivity in the conference in the Minecon area, so maybe I'll be able to update to Twitter every once in a while from the convention, but I'm not counting on it. I'll have to, like I said, play it by ear as far as how available I'm going to be. So, and it really sucks that they don't have a schedule out. I'd love to tell you guys, hey, the Mindcrack panel is going to be on this day, in this room, and this, so you guys can plan. I can't even plan. I don't know what's going on, so that kind of stings. Oh, and speaking of not giving us information, I was just told this yesterday by Ebby, who's Bizarre Jelly 5, who's also going. She mentioned that we need to print our tickets. So those of you who are going to Minecon, find that email, that first confirmation email that they sent you for ordering your tickets, and then you click on the manage ticket link, and then you get taken into the login or whatever to manage your ticket on the Minecon website. Now there's a button there that says print ticket, and it takes you to a PDF with a QR code on it. You need to print that out and bring it with. Either print it out, they say, or like save it on your smartphone and show them on the smartphone. I haven't, when are they going to tell us this? But yeah, you have to print that out, bring that to the convention center, and then you will get that barcode scanned, and you'll be able to exchange that for your badge. Apparently, Malstam tweeted it or something like that, but I think they should probably email people, because like I said, Good's already in Europe. I'm assuming he's going to be able to, I posted it up on the Mindcrack Skype and things like that where we talk, so hopefully he got that message and he'll bring his ticket to Minecon so we can get in. But yeah, come on, Mojang, what's going on? Let's inform people of stuff that's happening in 4 days. So, ooh, see, even Minecraft 1.7.3 beta is mad at you, Mojang. It's giving you spooky noises. Spooky noises. Ooh. So yeah, just a little heads up for those of you who might not have gotten that message to make sure to print out your confirmation barcode thingamabob. Woof. Wolfie agrees. Wolfie agrees. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I think the thing I'm most nervous about is just the travel. I'm really looking forward to meeting the guys, B00, Generic B, Good, Doc, Milby, Pause, Pyro, Blame the Controller. On last count, I believe those are the folks who are heading to Minecon from the Mindcrack panel. Looking forward to meeting all those people, hanging out with other people and fans and stuff like that, handing out these these 3D glasses. Like I said, I'm not sure how many people are going to want them, but hopefully we'll have a small army of Farlanders walking around wearing 3D glasses. Although, I wouldn't suggest wearing them. You might end up tripping over stairs and things like that, because the 3D glasses, when you're not, you know, using them to view 3D pictures, are a little bit disorienting to your eyes. Everything is red and blue in both my eyes. What's going on? Boop, boop, boop. Alright, let's be crazy and make this one off to this side. Ooh, sideways elevated hidey hole. Whoops. Oh, already got the bed. One more lightness level. We'll go to sleep again. And awakeness. Boop. Ready to go? Let's go, Wolfie. So yeah, that's, I think, is pretty much the plan for Minecon, really. Like I said, everything else, I'm just kind of tagging along with everybody else. Really. So yeah, and I mean, if you are going and you want to find me, I'm not particularly... Well, I guess if we reach $5,000 for Child's Play charity, I'll be the guy in the bow tie, at least on the day that the Minecraft panel is taking place, so that's one way to recognize me. Otherwise, I haven't mentioned this yet, I will be wearing the red Converse high tops that my character wears, as is indicated by the fact that I'm based on, inspired by David Tennant's 10th Doctor from Doctor Who. But yes, I will be wearing red Converse high tops at Minecon. Of course, that's not to say I realize other people might own red Converse high tops, so, but that is another way to try to identify me. I figured, you know what, I'm not going to cosplay as my character through Minecon, but this is the one little nod to my character that I can hopefully wear around Minecon. So yes, red Converse high tops. So look to the floor if you want to try to identify me. So yeah, that's going on. What else is going on? Oh, I mentioned on Twitter, I looked up on heavensabove.com. I thought it would be cool to see if there were any flyovers of the International Space Station over Paris. That'd be kind of cool. I've seen space station flyovers before, but never from Paris. And there are, while we're there this weekend, but during the early morning hours, which will be very difficult because that is the opposite of what our jet lag is going to allow us to handle. 6 a.m., I believe, is one of them, and then, 6:37 a.m. is when the International Space Station will be flying over Paris. So I don't know. I mentioned that. I don't know what's going to be going on in the evenings, but I'm not... It would be cool to be like, hey, everybody meet outside by this place and we'll watch the space station fly over if you've never seen that. But being early morning, I don't know if that's going to happen. I'll try to keep you guys updated about that, or perhaps you can remind me while I'm in Paris, and we'll see. No promises about that though, but yeah, that's heavens above. I'll put, if I remember, I'll put a link in the video description to the specific list of flyovers over Paris for the coming week. You can check them out for yourself. Oh, also, people were very concerned in the last video. I got a few questions. Are you going to be backing up the Farlands or Bust world? What if, like, your house burns down or this or that happens? Do you put it up online, on the cloud or something like that? I do have multiple backups, and after I record this episode, I will be making more backups, both on an external hard drive here, on the cloud, but also I will be taking a USB thumb drive with a copy backup of the Farlands or Bust world, just in case, to keep it on my person in Paris. So it's kind of, I will be carrying around, reminds me of that episode of South Park with the World of Warcraft where they have the sword, the magical sword of whatever it was called, and they're like, they hold it up to the light and it shines and stuff like that. Either that or I have to, like, attach it to my wrist with a handcuff, like the nuclear football that the defense guy carries around next to the president everywhere. So, so yes, little tidbits. I'm not going to be playing Far Lands or Bust or doing anything like that at Minecon, obviously. But I'm just going to be carrying it as a backup, just in case. As a worst case scenario, it's on me at least. So it is a very valuable 5.3 gigabytes. Careful, Wolfie. Wait. This whole area is not conducive to a dog travel. Okay, yep. Let's go back, Wolfie. No. Back. We gotta go down into the valley. Into the valley. Yep, this way, Wolfie. Careful, Wolfie. I'm just waiting for it. Oh, okay, he's fine. What else is up? Sorry, looking at my notes. Here we go. Yeah, just looking forward to meeting you guys. Like I said, make sure you're following. I know Good is very good. Good is very good at doing. He has a camcorder and stuff, so I think he will be the main source for video vlogging and stuff like that. So make sure you follow Good LP on Twitter, but also Good Boulderfist here on YouTube. BOO and Generic B as well. I know Eepbla, when she was with the Minecraft people at PlayOnCon, recorded a lot of video. So make sure you follow these people, because I'm just not sure. Like I said, not even bringing my laptop. I don't know, at least while we're there, that I'm going to have the ability to keep you guys updated and stuff like that. Definitely afterwards I'll have pictures and hopefully some video to share with you guys, so woo indeed. Actually, yeah, Wolfie took a few tumbles. Let's bing and bing. Yep, he's full up on the food. This is an interesting random sand dune. Woof. Oh, there was a. Yeah, the sun's kind of going down. Hold on, there was a question. Sorry, pause. Here we go, from Mr. Drunk X Hobo. Kind of related to the fact that we're heading to Paris for a convention. Mr. Drunk X Hobo asked, how do you overcome your shyness? I don't know. I can't say that I do overcome it all the time. Especially, you know, doing new and random things like conventions and Minecon. Careful, Wolfie, I just fed you. And it's, yes, I know I say I'm introverted, so that part of it, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being introverted. That's more of just a preference thing. Just the way my personality is, and I personally enjoy either being by myself or hanging out with just a small group of people in a low profile setting versus large groups of peoples and parties and noise and this and that. But there is definitely some shyness, perhaps a little bit of... Whoa, I almost punched Wolfie. Hey, social anxiety mixed in for good measure. And it really is, I guess, whoa, just every once in a while, you know, you don't have to change who you are as a person. You know, it's okay to be shy, whatever, you know, it's, maybe you don't like certain kinds of cheese, you know, it's the same kind of, it's a preference. Different strokes for different folks. So it's, you don't have to overcome it, but I guess putting yourself kind of in these different situations like I'm doing. I know I mentioned a long time ago that one of my many reasons for starting a YouTube channel is perhaps to overcome my little bit more quiet side, my introverted side, to be a little bit better speaker, both here on my own, obviously, I'm doing speaking, and I think I've improved that pretty well, but also just interpersonally. being a little bit more comfortable with my own voice and talking to people and stuff. So that was, you know, doing things that put you in a situation where you kind of have to overcome it, but also surrounding yourself with people who understand that there are times where you need to pull back a little bit and recharge and things like that. So, yeah, it's not so much overcoming shyness and stuff like that, but it's you know, taking little steps at a time. There are certainly still times where I pull back in and pretty well reserved. I know you guys probably see that sometimes when channel content on my channel kind of slows to a halt for a few days or something like that. You know, those are times you just have ups and downs, and perhaps, okay, I've had enough of this for a while. Let's take a break. But I think I'm once again, once we get past the careful wolfing, oh god, don't get back here. noises. Once we get past the initial travel, the travel anxiety, we will be all right at Minecon, I believe. I know I'm going to be surrounded by a bunch of awesome people, so that'll make it a lot easier. Let's, since this is the last episode, let's make this a 4-day episode. Ooh, fancy. Quickly now, before the creepers start spawning. All right, here we go. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, and a boop. Don't forget the workbench. Careful, Wolfie, that's like a cliff over there. And overcoming shyness. Overcoming shyness. Boop. All right, 4-day episode. I've called it. Woof, woof indeed. I don't have, to be honest, I think I've covered all the topics for Minecon. Like I said, after this, I've gotta head out. I've got a few letters to send, a few things to pick up at the store. One of the things, and I know, when I mentioned, I was talking in the last, I think it was the last Mindcrack episode about how I'm worried about the weather or this, or whether or not, say, we'll be able to sit together on the plane. Not that that's a huge deal. A lot of people commented like, oh, come on, Kurt, that's not a big deal. You just do this or that. I'm sure people will trade seats with you. Don't worry about it. That's kind of my point for mentioning these things. I know they're kind of, ooh. Little tiny hallway. This is weird. Oh, I should probably give myself a way out, just in case. This is really weird. Oh. Well, that was pointless. Little tiny hallway. I know, that's why I was kind of mentioning them. I know that they're kind of ridiculous little fears, and that's why I was mentioning. They're like little, you know, for 5 seconds I'll have like a panic attack over something totally unnecessary and ridiculous. And, you know, one of those things being, what if we don't sit next to each other, or losing luggage, or, you know, there was a little bit of a confusion as to whether or not, since I do have a layover in Montreal, whether or not I have to then, since I'm obviously changing planes, whether or not I have to, like, pick up my bags and then recheck them, you know, through, like, customs or something like that. But the consensus seems that they don't, you know, since we're staying on the same airline, that doesn't seem to be the case. They'll just obviously transfer it straight from Chicago to Paris. So I'm gonna call and you know, make sure everything's set up with the flight, and just make sure. That's pretty much the case. I would assume that would make the most sense. It would seem like a security hazard if you ended up giving people their bags back and then having them recheck them at customs and stuff like that. So, you know, little things like that. Oh, how do we get from Paris to Minecon? I did see somebody posted on the Mindcrack Reddit a very helpful, although still a little bit confusing guide to the kind of train system. I've never been a fan of public transportation. I understand its value and its environmental friendliness. Don't get me wrong there. I just find, you know, I have to first of all overcome the whole introversion thing because I'm going to be sitting in a metal tube or a bus with a whole bunch of strangers. But then on top of that, I have to understand the schedules, of course, and now this time on top of that is understanding the schedules in a new language. So, but yes, thank you for those guides. Also, somebody on the Mindcrack Reddit posted a very helpful guide specifically for myself for gluten-free eating at Disneyland Paris. They had a special gluten-free guide, food allergy guide. So I appreciate that. I apologize I didn't remembered the name on the Reddit, but thank you. I looked at the guide, and it pretty much seems like there's two things I can eat. It's basically, here's our guide of gluten-free items. This or that. Enjoy! So I'll just, I should be fine. I just have to, make sure I know what I'm eating. And like I said, I don't think it's a serious condition. If I accidentally have something that was brushed up against a piece of bread, I'm not going to, my head's not going to explode, so... it's the little things that compound each other and then add up and make you a little bit nervous, but I'll be fine. To be honest, I'm a little bit surprised that the least thing I'm worried about is, meeting new people and hanging out with fans and things like that. I'm sure I'm going to be a little bit awkward. We had a discussion about this during the live stream, that people in Europe and France tend to like to greet each other with that weird, double kiss thing. I'm assuming that's mostly an adult thing. Please don't do that to me, by the way. But that's mostly like a more formal greeting among professionals or adult family members and things like that. So I'm all right with a handshake or a fist bump. So yeah, looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to meeting you guys. Really, it's still very bizarre to me that there are fans. I still think of you as fans of my channel and my content, not necessarily fans of Kurt, the person. So it's a weird disconnect that I do between myself and what is now my work, which is even weirder to think about, but it is. So just looking forward to it. It'll be an interesting experience, and for those of you not going, I will try to do my best to document and share the experience, at least when I get back. Obviously, there will be plenty to talk about. I will have plenty of content for Far Lands or Busts when we return. Things to talk about, experiences to share, stories to tell. So, woo! Minecon in Paris. And yeah, like I said, this is my first time overseas. Been to Mexico and the Dominican Republic is as far as I've been. So the first time overseas. Oh yeah, one of those other little 5-minute panic attack things is the jet lag. I'm not sure. I've never been anywhere where jet lag is an issue. So like I said, we're gonna try to sleep on the plane because we arrive in the morning, Thursday morning. But I know that even that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be free of jet lag. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to be looking at jet lag avoidance techniques and things like that on the internet and try to avoid that. Ah, careful, Wolfie. I think it's probably going to be worse coming back, because coming back we're actually, gaining a bunch of time. So I'm going to be awake for a long period of time, coming from Paris back to Chicago. So the jet lag, I'm assuming, is probably going to be most harsh when I come back home, which is fine, whatever. I'm home. I don't have any obligations or, meetings or panels to attend when I'm at home, so I think we'll be fine with that. Boof. Indeed. Ooh, this final day on this 4-day episode seems a lot longer than the other ones. I don't know why, but it does. All right, let's cover some ground here. Let's make a boat and do this last little bit by boat as much as we can. Boop. Wolfie agrees on that technique. And onwards and upwards. Whew, okay. Just thinking about the things I have to do. Go to your happy place. Happy place. Whew, boy. And yeah, and like I said, this is my first convention of gaming or any other type. So, depending on how well this goes, perhaps in the future we can look forward to additional conventions. I know I mentioned PlayOnCon before. I know Good likes to go to that, and even mentioned perhaps turning that into kind of a Mindcrack meetup in the future. They like to go to... He went to DragonCon also. Of course, there's PAX, Penny Arcade Expo, which for me might be interesting because obviously Penny Arcade started Child's Play charity. Not that I'm like in with the Penny Arcade people or anything like that, but that would be kind of just an interesting correlation between Farlands or Bust and that. That would be cool if we could find some people to go to that. I don't know if I like Comic-Con or E3. Those seem like a little bit more, you know, especially E3, like an industry. It's more about the, you know, industry and journalists for games and stuff like that. It really doesn't seem like a proper... That was a pointless thing to do. I have made this one body of water now. Mission accomplished. Or that, so... I know some people have mentioned VidCon. That's more of a... Even though, yeah, I like the... That's put on by the Vlog Brothers guys. That's more of a... Yes, it's kind of a YouTube online video conference, but that's more of a vlogger conference, and I'm not much of a vlogger. There isn't much of a gaming community presence there, so... unless I get like a specific invitation from Hank Green or somebody like that, I probably won't be considering VidCon. But here we go, the sun is setting. Let's take in this pretty decent landscape here. Let's go over here. I like the way this little valley looks. I should plunk down. I should make a sign. Whoa, careful. So let's grab just a few more chunks of wood. Because I need to... I'm going to declare that this final hidey hole be the Minecon hidey hole. Ooh, let's do it. Running out of time, running out of time. Crap, Wolfie, where should we do this? Uh-oh. Alright, yeah, let's do it at the opening of this kind of bay area here. Let's light it up. Let's sit Wolfie down, very nice. Let's dig in. And indeed, oh, crap. Damn. Alright, let's dig down. Dig in and dig down. And let's close ourselves in. Boop and a boop. Alright. So yeah, for those of you going to Minecon, looking forward to seeing you guys. And hello. Feel free to say hello to me. Yes, I realize I'm shy, but that doesn't mean you can't come up and say hello. I'm not, like, allergic to people or anything, so please do that. Also, all the Mindcrack guys and other YouTubers that are going, looking forward to meeting you guys. Feel free, obviously, following me on Twitter. Twitter is probably going to be, if I do have connectivity, is going to be the place I'm going to go to give updates and stuff like that. So, twitter.com/KurtJMac. Sorry, concentrating. Woof! I know, Wolfie. Wolfie's excited about Minecon. I need to make a sign. Woof! I know, Wolfie. I know. I'm getting to it. Let's put the sign right there. I don't know if that affects where I'm sleeping if I put a sign above the headboard, but... Bam! Minecon or bust. And today is 11/20/2012. It's official! Minecon or bust. So yeah, once again, you can keep going to farlandsorbust.com to contribute to Child's Play charity using the chip-in widget. Chip-in seems to be up and running now, so it seems fine. Like I said, if before the start of Minecon, this Saturday, the 24th, we can reach $5,000, just a little bit less than $900 to go from now. I will wear a silly wood grain bow tie to the Mindcrack panel. So that much fun will be had by all for that, because bow ties are cool. Bow ties are cool. I realize that's a different doctor than the skin I'm wearing, but pay no attention to that. So yeah, and that obviously the main reason you want to give to Child's Play charity is helping kids in children's hospitals around the world, getting them toys, books, and games to get their minds off of whatever reason they might be in the hospital. But yes, Minecon, here we come. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time.